In the previous video, we have seen how the data is pushed onto Kafka, how the data is published onto Kafka, and from Kafka, how we are extracting the data into PySpark, the streaming data, and writing the streaming data of the process data into a Kafka output topic. Now, here we are going to execute that Python code which we have discussed, PySpark code. Now, this is a command used to execute that. Let me try to minimize this. So this is the command used to actually execute the given PySpark code. In this command, we go into the Spark package which we have installed, and then go using the Spark submit command. Including the Spark submit, we include all the packages which are required, like org Spark SQL Kafka package, as well as Spark streaming Kafka package, as well as different jars which are Spark streaming Kafka jar, Spark SQL Kafka jar, and Kafka clients jar. So all of these jars are quite important for the execution of the above code. So including that, we have to include whether we are executing the Spark in local mode or in distributed mode. So or in a cluster mode. So as of now, we are having a single node. So we are executing like in local mode, and also specifying the path of the PySpark code. So once we have this command in place, we'll run this command to actually execute the PySpark to read the streaming data from the Kafka topic, as well as do some processing on top of it, and write the streaming data onto a output Kafka topic known as desire out. So this program is currently running. So it's waiting for something, maybe it's writing to the Kafka topic. Let's see the output data in it. So again, we go into the Kafka, we open another console, we go into the Kafka package, and then give the Kafka command like Kafka console consumer bootstrap server from beginning topic desire out. Desire out is the output topic onto which the PySpark code will actually write the data. So let's see what output is there in this desire.out. So this is the processed data which is in the JSON format, which has been written into the Kafka topic using the write stream command. So this is the data which we can see. Now once we have the data in this Kafka output topic desire out, we can actually consume the data into some other destination source. So this process data is there in Kafka. Now we can actually consume this data using consume Kafka processor. So this is the consume Kafka processor. As we have seen that there is a publish Kafka processor, there is also a consume Kafka processor in NiFi, which actually consumes the data from the Kafka topic into some other destination systems. So this is the consume Kafka topic, wherein we specify the Kafka brokers as well as security protocol if we have plain text, SSL or SCSL or anything, as well as a topic name as desire out, as well as a group ID. Group ID, each and every time we run this consume Kafka topic, we need to actually change the group ID name in order to avoid the data conflict. So this group ID, we need to change it and configure the processor accordingly. So once we have the configuration in place, we will run this consume Kafka to consume the data from the Kafka output topic, which is desire out this data. We need to actually consume this data into NiFi. NiFi can be a destination source for further storage of the data. So it has consumed the data. So let's stop it. So now we got from the Kafka topic into NiFi. So it is in the JSON format. So we actually again flatten up the data using evaluate JSON, as I have previously said. So these are the four fields, and we are flattening the data into CSV. We can or we cannot, but here we are actually flattening the data. So in this evaluate JSON, we actually start the processor, do a refresh so that the data got evaluated from JSON. We are parsing the data again. Now this replace text will actually replace the data from JSON to CSV. So we'll run this replace text to actually parse the data into CSV, and finally store the process data onto HDFS. So now we have the parse data. If we want to see the data, we can actually list the queue and see the parse data. So this is the parse data. Here we see that data in the form of JSON. Now we are seeing in form of CSV. So we have the parse data as CSV and put HDFS in order to put the data onto HDFS. We provide the required Hadoop configuration resources as well as the HDFS directory. So this directory can be desired Kafka out. So this directory will be dynamically created while running this process. So we need not execute any of the Hadoop commands in order to create this directory. Now we are going to run this in order to put the data. Once we run this put HDFS processor, all the data which is parsed and processed will be actually put into that HDFS destination folder. This is an example or simple example of how the data is being extracted using NiFi, parsed using NiFi, as well as some of the attributes are actually getting encrypted as well as storing into HDFS. At the same time, we are publishing the data onto the Kafka for further processing, streaming data, and then we are reading the data from Kafka into PySpark. We can actually read using Scala also. So that's our wish. So we are reading the data using PySpark over here, the streaming data, and performing some processing on top of it and writing the streaming data onto another Kafka topic which can be consumed by another destination. Here the destination is NiFi itself. Consume Kafka processor does that, as well as we are parsing the data again from JSON and putting the data onto HDFS. Finally process data. So this is some sort of data pipeline which is kind of orchestrated for every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes all of this flow runs and the data gets appended to the already existing data, and the finally processed data will get actually put onto HDFS. So this is kind of a pipeline. So in our next video we are going to see what can we do on top of this. So once we have the process data onto HDFS, so what can be done further next? So HDFS, the data is there, we can create a Hive table and then we can perform some queries, or we can orchestrate that process using Airflow. So in the next topic we are going to cover all that. So as of now, this is a data pipeline. Most of it is covered right from extraction till processing of using various tools and storing into HDFS.